In the heart of a bustling city lived a family of four: Leo, his wife Clara, and their two children, Mia and Noah. Their apartment, once filled with the sounds of laughter and chatter, had grown quiet over the years. Not a sad quiet, but a digital one. The hum of the refrigerator was often the loudest thing in the room, punctuated by the soft clicks of keyboards and the occasional notification chime from their phones. Leo worked from home as a graphic designer. His days were a blur of screens. He'd move from his work computer to his personal laptop and then to his phone, scrolling through an endless feed of designs and social media posts. Clara, a freelance writer, was much the same. Her world was contained within her tablet, where she wrote articles, researched topics, and connected with editors. Mia, at 15, was a master of her digital universe. She had friends from all over the world, people she'd never met in person but spoke to daily through video calls and chat apps. Her room was her kingdom, the glowing screen of her phone its crown jewel. Noah, the youngest of 10, was a prodigy in the world of online gaming. He spent his afternoons and evenings navigating fantastical landscapes, leading his virtual team to victory. One evening, Clara finished an article and walked into the living room. Leo was on the couch, his eyes glued to his phone. Mia was in her armchair, headphones on, laughing at a video. Noah was at the dining table, his gaming headset on, intensely focused on his game. The room was full, yet it felt empty. "Dinner's ready," Clara announced. Her voice seemed to hang in the air, unheard. She tried again, a little louder. "Guys, dinner?" Leo looked up, startled. "Oh, right. Just a second." He tapped a few more times on his screen before putting his phone down. Mia pulled off her headphones. "What are we having?" she asked, her eyes still on her phone as she walked to the table. Noah was the last to join, grumbling about having to pause his game at a critical moment. They sat down to a delicious meal Clara had spent an hour preparing. But the aroma of roasted chicken and herbs was lost on them. Leo was checking work emails on his phone. Mia was snapping a picture of her food for her online friends. Noah was sneakily watching a gaming stream under the table. Clara sighed, a feeling of deep loneliness washing over her. "Remember when we used to talk at dinner?" she asked softly. Leo looked up, a flicker of guilt in his eyes. "We are talking," he said, though he knew it wasn't true. "No, we're not," Clara said, her voice firm. "We're just here, together, but separate. It's like we're all in our own little bubbles." The silence that followed was different. It was heavy, filled with unspoken truths. Mia put her phone down. Noah slowly slid his out from under the table. "She's right," Leo said, looking around at his family. "When did this happen?" The next day, Clara proposed an idea. "Let's have a tech-free weekend," she said. "No phones, no computers, no tablets, no gaming, just us." The suggestion was met with groans of protest. "A whole weekend," Mia cried. "I can't. My team needs me." Noah exclaimed. Leo looked anxious. "I have deadlines, Clara." "The world won't end if you don't check your email for 2 days," Clara insisted. "And your online friends will understand. We need this." "I need this." Reluctantly, they agreed. On Friday evening, they placed all their devices into a box. It felt strange, almost like saying goodbye to a part of themselves. The first few hours were awkward. The silence was no longer digital. It was just empty. They wandered around the apartment, not knowing what to do with themselves. Then a funny thing happened. Noah, bored, pulled out an old board game from the back of a closet. "Does anyone want to play this?" he asked. Mia rolled her eyes, but eventually sat down. Leo, seeing no other option, joined them. Clara smiled, a genuine, hopeful smile. They started to play. At first, it was quiet. Then, a competitive spirit took over. Leo made a funny move, and Mia laughed, a real loud laugh that filled the room. Noah cheered when he jumped ahead. Clara found herself completely absorbed in the simple joy of the game. They played for hours, talking and laughing. They told stories. Noah described his favorite game characters, and for the first time, Leo and Clara actually listened, asking questions and understanding his passion. Mia talked about her online friends, but also about her worries for an upcoming school test. The next day, they decided to go to the park. They hadn't done that as a family in years. They walked without looking at a map on a screen. They watched the ducks in the pond instead of watching videos of them. Leo and Noah threw a frisbee, their laughter echoing through the trees. Claire and Mia sat on a bench, talking about books, fashion, and dreams for the future. It felt like they were getting to know each other all over again. That evening, they cooked dinner together. Mia, who usually found cooking a chore, enjoyed chopping vegetables while listening to Leo's funny work stories. Noah helped set the table without being asked. At dinner, there were no screens, just faces. They looked at each other when they spoke. They listened. When Sunday evening arrived, it was time to open the box. A sense of dread filled the air. They had enjoyed their weekends so much. They were afraid to let the digital world rush back in. Leo was the one who spoke first. "I don't think we should go back to the way things were," he said. He looked at Clara, then his children. "I miss this." "I missed you." Mia and Noah nodded in agreement. The digital world was exciting, but it couldn't replace the warmth of a real family connection. From that weekend on, they made a new rule. Every evening, from dinner until bedtime, all devices were put away in the box. Dinners became lively events, filled with stories from their day. They played more board games. They read books in the same room. They talked, really talked. The apartment was no longer quiet. It was filled with the sound of a family reconnecting. They still used their technology, of course. Leo still worked on his computer, Clara on her tablet. Mia chatted with her friends, and Noah conquered his virtual worlds. But they had found a balance. They learned that technology was a tool, a wonderful one, but it couldn't provide the love, connection, and understanding that only came from being truly present with the people who matter most. The quiet hum of the digital world was still there, but now it was just background noise to the beautiful, lively soundtrack of their family.